Hey guys, it's Skybird, and I wanted to answer a question that everybody's been asking me since I started doing the resin casting, and that is, am I going to be doing commissions? The short answer for that is yes. Though I don't have any current plan to open up commissions anytime soon, I still personally consider myself a beginner when it comes to resin casting. I'm still learning the ropes. I am very happy with my progress though as it stands, in terms of color matching and in terms of the final finish on the product that I am making. Some of the masks are very difficult, nearly, I don't want to say impossible because that makes it sound like I'm bragging or something, but point being, yes, I do plan on doing commissions in the future. I also do plan on doing mask drops, item drops in general, and so I'm working on a website in the background as it stands. Once that is live, of course, I will make a video about it here, but also you guys will be able to find information on that on my Instagram and Discord. So if I have a mask drop going live in a handful of days, then I'll post ahead of that on those sites, and you'll be able to see, okay, I can schedule at this time. I understand that resin casting stuff tends to go really fast on other people's resin casts tend to sell out very quickly, so I just want to make sure you guys have enough headroom and notice beforehand. I don't want to just spring it on you like, oh, we're going live in an hour, because certain people are definitely going to miss out at that point. So yeah, I will go ahead and mention when drops are going to go live. When it comes to parts that are cast in Lego colors but are new recolors, so parts like this mask here, for example, dark turquoise, masks like that are going to be about $12. That's pretty much the going rate currently. And when it comes to masks that are not a match for Lego colors, or just fun stuff that I plan on doing, with mica powders and with pearlescence and color shifting, glow in the dark, etc., certain types of blends and molds and emulsifying certain thing. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself here, but that kind of stuff will demand different pricing, of course, depending on just the demand of those pieces and what they are, right? Obviously, mist colors that are still something I find attractive will go for sale, probably less, but it really just depends. Whereas something that has a lot of different stuff in it may go for more. I have a really interesting plan that I want to do, and I don't know if I want to spoil it yet, but it might be kind of a limited run thing that I do, because it's going to take a lot of work on my end, not just in the way of casting. I'll talk about that probably in a separate video because it's not what this is about. That said, when it comes to custom commissions, when it comes to someone asking, hey, can you cast a piece like this in lime green, for example? Then the answer is most likely going to be yes. In about 95% of cases, I will be able to cast it. There are a handful of pieces I want to be able to test first before I know for sure that I can create them. And there are obviously certain Lego pieces that just aren't good for casting in general. But at the end of the day, something like this, depending on the complexity of the piece, the size of the piece, if I have a color matched for it, every single piece is going to be different, and it will be a kind of a case-by-case basis. But you could expect between about $15 to $20 per piece, depending on the type. If I have already made a mold for this, then obviously that price will be reasonably cheaper, so maybe $10 to $12. But if I have to make a new mold for the piece to cast it, then obviously it's going to demand more price because I have to also make the mold, so I kind of double my work. But when it comes to actually casting pieces, you have to make the mold for it, you have to color match, you have to obviously pour your resin and do everything you need to do to make sure there's no bubbles or anything like that in there. And then of course also do your post-processing, cleaning up the piece and making it look good for the customer. And then of course obviously shipping and stuff too, but that's whatever. So yeah, there's definitely going to be some variation and some difference in prices, but I do want to make sure that everything is as affordable as possible. I also have plans on doing classic weapons and weapons in general, and more modern pieces too. I've had a lot of people, pardon me, asking about like Anika type pieces, and yes, I definitely plan on doing some of those as well. Obviously some of those pieces are larger in scale, so they will be a little bit more difficult or demand higher prices, but seems like most people that have been interested have been pretty okay with that. So with that said, I actually posted earlier on Instagram if anybody could tell the difference between these two masks here. Now, one of these is definitely lighter than the other. I'm not going to say if it's which one is the real one or not, but I wanted to go ahead and mention that most of the people on Instagram and on Discord, for that matter, actually picked the resin cast and said it was real, and that made me so happy in my heart. No. Like I said, I want to make sure that I'm producing a product that is not only satisfactory to me, but is satisfactory to my customers as well. Something with a good finish that looks like and feels like it could be a real Lego product. I do understand that resin is not identical to plastic, so there are going to be differences, but seeing how close, like, it's imperceptible, the shine and just the finish on the actual product. So I've been super happy with it, and in terms of like the actual like resilience of the product itself, like actually trying to like squeeze the pieces feels very similar. So I'm very happy with it. I'm super happy with the brand of resin that I have currently. We'll probably be sticking with it. I think I am switching silicone though. I got a new one today. I'm just going to keep this one short, but it's translucent, which should help when it comes to actually casting pieces and seeing kind of where bubbles and stuff are forming or where problem areas might be in a certain mold if I need to remake a mold. But the main reason I actually switched this is because I've had issues more recently with the silicone starting to actually discolor certain pieces that I've cast. And it was after I did a batch where I actually used some isopropyl alcohol. So I think that actually might have reacted with the silicone. The silicone brand that I'm using currently has some weird quirks about it where it reacts with certain stuff, so it makes it difficult to use for certain types of molds, and I'm hoping that this is just going to be more friendly in general. It has very similar properties, though not identical to what I have, and thankfully that white clear color is much easier to see through, so that should make it a billion times easier when it comes to actually doing future casts. I've got a Huna mold being made currently. It is in the pressure pot right now and should be actually ready to be pulled soon in theory. This says that it's a 2 to 4 hour cure time on its ad, but it says on the product it's 4 to 6 hours. I'm going to say that that's probably more correct. It's a little chilly here today as well, so that's probably going to affect that a bit. But yeah, pretty happy with my end results here. I guess I'll show off one more mask just since I have it on hand. Matatu in Dark Turquoise. Really like this one quite a lot too. So that's pretty much it for me. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. If you have questions about this, if you want to ask me anything about commissions or what I do, my work with this kind of stuff here, you can do so. You can ask in the comments. You can also check out my Discord and my Instagram linked in the description below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one. Hope you're having a good day. Take care.